Bam! Going live. Welcome to the show tonight. Pro Se Legal School. We provide the tools you need to shut down the court process. Now, I sound a little funny. It's this undisclosed location. There's been a bunch of planes leaving and dust everywhere. And yeah, so, but, I feel great. So I just sound like crap. Y'all just work with me here because you know how we roll over here. It's going down no matter what because we willing to do whatever it takes. Yeah, I wanted to shoot this in the aircraft thingy, that I use sometime, but they said no. We're on like a high alert because what's left of the Houthis are kind of mad. So, but they've been attacking our cargo ships. They're attacking the oil tankers and stuff, and everybody wondering why the price of stuff is up. The price of stuff was up before the new president took over because the old president didn't take care of any business, so they thought we were scared. And so So my hat's off to the men and women, to all of the people that serve and protect us. And we got three superheroes right there. Okay, those three I was lucky enough to watch be born, and one of them is off taking care of some business to make sure that that we're not paying $19 for a box of cereal. And you know what else going to happen when they find out or they think we're weak? They're not just going to stop with over there. So anyway, yeah, my I'm supposed to have my hat off anyway if I'm in the building. So, but I want to start the show with it on so I can support the person that let me use it and I won't be needing this in here because I'm pretty safe over here. And so, second to the people that protect our rights and risk their life, we also want to add this superhero right here to the list. And this is my superhero. All that we went through, not one time did she kiss her ass. So. These guys right here, yeah, you can see I need to wipe it off. You can see that I use it. Yeah, my sister and my nieces over at Hood Nation on Ecstasy, they make all kind of stuff. They make cool stuff. They make other stuff other than just these tables. They do mugs, ashtrays, all kind of stuff. You guys should go over there and check them out sometime. Okay, so before we get now, we're here to talk about the debt collection lawsuit bomb. That's and at the end of the last video that I made, there was a review from Dwayne. Dwayne got some shit shut down. And they want to crash my computer and give me a bunch of crap, whatever. They can bring it. Y'all bring it. Y'all just bring what you got, okay? Because when you piss me off, then other things happen. Like now, we got the credit card, the debt collection, do it yourself, lawsuit package is, I'm about giving it away. But y'all actually need to send me a video review or even a phone call-in review, audio review. I don't care. It's badass to have them. Now, if it's the difference between, signed non-disclosure statement or whatever, then I got to put my kids. Don't we have some beautiful. Okay, sorry. This is not supposed to be about our kids. So let me move on. Oh, we got it. Okay, so we got that thing there over there. So y'all don't have no problem getting that. And for the people who want to, who are facing foreclosure or whatever else, but you don't have to ching chang to get what you need for that, you can get this and use it for that. If you understand how we roll. Now, it ain't going to be as nice as the one I put together, but when you're attacking the why and not the what, okay, you can kick some butt. You can because what y'all need to remember is that they're not trying to they're not they're not they're not trying to have to answer to the fire that we bring to the table. Okay, they can't. The stuff that we file in state court, it's a wrap. You automatically win because they can't respond to statutes and codes using, or they can't respond to federal case law using statutes and codes. And then when you sue their happy asses in federal court, they're going to show up and try to defend themselves, even in federal court. And I mean, they're going to try, but they can't. They can't because they cannot answer the federal case law without a bar license. Hey, welcome to the show, girlfriend. Ain't that the truth? There's no freedom without brave. And most people, in that last word right there, most people, and I ain't talking about the people in my program, okay? Most people have fear for that last. There's no freedom without fear. Oh, you have fear, so you give up your freedom. Because you don't want, you got to go to work. You don't want to, I told you guys the story when I was in Florida about when the cops pulled me over. And we spent more than two hours and like 30 minutes or something like that on the side of the street. Yeah, I had to call my girlfriend and let her know that I'm still here. I'm pissing these people off. And if you're not willing to do whatever it takes, y'all ass in the wrong program. That's if you're not willing to do whatever it takes. Okay, so let's get rolling. I'm just going to leave that up there because I think it looks cool as hell. So the first thing, we have some unpleasantries to talk about, but the first thing we're going to cover is something nice. Now, I've added the bar card. Well, excuse me. Humira added the bar card. Yeah, she's my partner on the website back there making doing all the making all this work. Okay, she added the bar card to all of the lawsuit packages. So from now on, if you invest in a package, you'll automatically get the bar card. And no, I'm not sending it out to all those who invested in the package. You got to be kidding me right now. Okay, I know no one asked, but I'm just I just cover my email base so I don't have to, and so that's going to be that. So, okay, so we have a couple of situations going on, and somebody that invested in the premium package for foreclosure told me that their federal case got dismissed because the lower court has jurisdiction. And I'm not going to mention anybody's name because that ain't how we roll or why we're here. But I want to throw in that, the person had to run some laps or whatever because we start out using my stuff like it's conventional, and that's just so we're trying to help get this turned the right way. I don't know. All I know is that if it was me and I found my stuff that I got in that foreclosure, either one of the packages, I don't give a crap. Even the $99 package. If I found my stuff that I got in the $99 package in federal court and it gets dismissed, and the federal court judge says it's dismissed because the lower court has jurisdiction. Oh, yeah. And I took a question from someone else about a doctrine. The Rooken-Feldman doctrine is the one that I know. There's one in Colorado. There's another one back east. And basically what that doctrine says is that the state court cannot use the federal court as an appeals court. And so number one, if you read that, you'll see that's a reference to the state court. It ain't no reference to filing your case in federal court. Most states have a 3 to 5 year, 1 or 2 7-year time frame that you have to file wrongful foreclosure or whatever else you want to bring to the table. We don't really bring that to the table. I mean, because we're going after them for violating federal laws and criminal statutes, federal acts, and those federal acts bring the criminal liability to the table. And so if the federal court dismisses it and says it's on this doctrine, the doctrine that they're referencing was structured so people can't appeal a decision from state court in federal court. And so basically that was set up for the plaintiff. The plaintiff is the one, it was set up so the plaintiff from state court can't appeal a ruling against them. Oh, if you read the words closely, closer, closest, closery. Oh, you'll understand what I mean. Okay, you understand what I mean. Number two, there's no way in hell. You just paid these fools over here $400 to file a whole new case. Oh, wait. Okay, I might just go on this for the rest of the show, okay? Because this is like, people don't understand. Statutes and codes are not valid laws. They don't have enacting clauses. They don't have a title or a body. Yep, invalid laws. And everybody's all freaked out. Okay, so number one, what's going on in federal court with the whole new court case number and all that, that's this total bullshit. Okay, and number two, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that the federal court judge that is doing this to this person, because that person didn't understand and haven't taken the time to add the judge's ass. Okay, the judge that's doing this to this person is more likely or not, and it doesn't really matter, a magistrate judge. And yeah, the magistrate judge, okay, excuse me, and no, the magistrate judge does not have judicial authority to be involved in your case or anybody's case without the signed consent from all parties. Look that shit up. Oh, they do it all the time. Okay, right there, bam. The judges violate the due process, helping them. Okay, so I tell you at the gate, the judge is going to dismiss your shit. I do. I tell you, they're going to dismiss it. They're going to dismiss it because they drag your happy ass into the administrative side of their crap. and you haven't done anything about it, I'm sure that this person that's facing this situation, I'm sure that there were other rulings against that person before they got to the final thing. I already know how they go. They slap you around, and to see if, if you're going to go along with and the message that I received about this was, well, I lost them damn crooks. They dismissed my. Well, why did you lose? Why didn't you bring them? So are you done? I'm trying to figure out why we weren't talking about this a long time ago. When the first document, okay, my stuff got dismissed. What did they use? Let me look it up. I need to read it. Well, I need to read that 4 or 5 times. Okay, now that I understand that, are they full of crap? Well, hell yeah, because they're using a statute in the first place, so I didn't really have to read it. Okay, do you follow me? And so as soon as any judge makes a determination against you, I'm pretty sure they're not going to give you the $200 million. When that happens, okay, and the judge doesn't provide a finding of facts and a conclusions of law, yeah, you got that right. They think that the judge is going to be fair because people think you're in a judicial court and you got rights. You got the right to shut the hell up and go sit down. Oh, you got no rights. An administrative court is not connected to the Constitution or even, well, the civil rights, the federal. They make up their rules from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, and that's why we add their ass to the list as a plaintiff or defendant, depending on how you coming at their ass. We add the Supreme Court because the local rules that they use to violate your due process in court came from the Supreme Court. Oh, and when we did that, they were pissed. We had 2 people show up 2 people was contesting it. One person was so mad he couldn't even type. He couldn't even type straight. He was so mad. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. We learned how to punch some people in the face. How does that sound? That's what we're doing. So as soon as the judge dismisses it, you should already know the judge is not going to provide a finding of facts and the conclusions of law, which means they drag your happy ass into their administrative court. And I had people tell me, well, okay, somebody left me a comment, and it said, Coach, I'm glad you got your case in the federal court because these other courts are really corrupt and come on, people, okay? I know what you're saying is what the hell's going to be the difference, okay? Let's just cut to the damn chase and cut the bullshit out, okay? What's going to be the difference in federal court? Well, it depends on how you want to handle that shit, okay? Because in our lawsuit, especially in the premium package, we got written right in there, okay, that the legal team has done some research on the judge, and it appears that the judge does not provide a finding of facts and the conclusions of law at the end and my legal team said that's the same due process violation that we suffered on the state level. Okay, y'all asses need to understand that we're not here to let them rule on shit. We are not here to let them rule on shit. Yeah, in the driver's seat, and you get to drive all over some shit. What I tell you is you're going to have fun. That's my guarantee. If you do this right, if you invest in the premium package, then we have a communication protocol. You get to text me. If you have a question, then I get back with you. If you invest in a lesser package, then the coaching is done on Twitter. And the reason we have it that way is I have a lot of coaches, and I actually have attorneys now that have invested in some of our products, and a lot of times they'll be calling me or texting me from the courthouse, state court, because they're trying to give them some shit about filing what they need to get filed. So, yeah, this package puts you in the driver's seat, and with the YouTube video at the end of it, I recorded a review that Dwayne White. Dwayne said, I think it's Dwight. I don't know. It was this something. Yeah, and so we recorded that, and it came out pretty. It came out pretty badass. Hey, Mr. P, welcome to the class, man. It ain't no big thing. You get here when you get here, because I know everybody's fighting to keep their head out of the water, and so it's all recorded, so you can watch the first half of it later. Hey, Mr. Ken. Loud and clear from Northern Cali, 707. Nah, we ain't making nobody run. We ain't making nobody run no laps, man. Not for being late, Yeah, my girlfriend got that right. This puts you in the driver's seat. And we're going to talk about that driver's seat again here in a little while. Ain't that the damn truth? It's always in session. Yeah, ain't that funny? Yeah, I went for a walk the other day. I have a little stick that I walk with. It's part of a clothesline thing for your closet, whatever, and it's about, so I twirl it around and kind of have fun with it. And I looked down the alley, and there was some dude down the alley looking over people's houses, or looking over the fence in the people's backyard. And this is about 2 blocks up the way from the location that I was at. And so I went down there to have a talk with him. And he disappeared before I got to him. Where the hell did he go? I hope he didn't go in somebody's yard, because, if he's coming out of somebody's yard with some shit, then it's, he's going to have to set the hell down until the police come. And I don't even like dealing with the police. Okay, so when I pass by the trash can, dude jumps up. And he looks at me. I'm like, dude, what are you doing over here? Why are you looking in people's yard? Dude, I saw you looking in people's yard. And he turned to face me to talk some shit. And I had my phone and I took that picture. Damn, he snapped his head around real quick. I didn't get his face. And then he started running with this backpack on that looked like it weighed about 25 or 30 pounds. But he left. So, yeah, class is always in session. And if your ass get caught doing some shit that's illegal, somebody might come out with a stick. And you just never know, okay? I got a little one. Okay, so let's just get on with the thing that we're here to talk about tonight. I think we got all the pleasure. Oh, no, there's one more. When the attorneys file to do something, okay, you can't just file a demand or a demand for sanction, or just file. You have to crush that shit that they did first, and then you step up on them. If you don't crush that and address what they said or did, then you're going to lose on that, and they're not going to tell you again about it. They're just going to, yep, that's going to be it. They're not even going to put it on the paperwork until the last bang dang and you're done. And by the time you figure it out, so that's how that goes. Okay, so let's just. So, the main subject tonight that we are going to talk about is the credit card debt selection. So one of the reasons why I'm making it cheap for the rest of this. Actually, I was going to do it for the live stream, but I'm going to leave it up there for a few days. And this is like my way of slapping the attorney's asses back, and for jamming me up and shutting down my machine for a few days. Yeah, I'm a little vindictive. I don't like taking punches. So you punch me, and then we're going to respond. So tonight we're going to review the debt collection from the information on the internet, and then I'm going to compare it to the real thing. And some of this, when I'm reading it, especially people that are going through this shit, you're going to be laughing. Oh. And we're going to compare it to the real time, what we've learned from the real time feedback from people like you guys who dare to do whatever it takes to stop the attorneys from taking your stuff. Now, I talk a lot and I cover a lot of stuff. So I decided to do things a little bit different. Right now, I'm going to show you the most important thing. And I say that now, it doesn't mean there might not be a couple of more. This is the most important thing in my head, starting at the gate. If you understand this, look this, search it, understand it, you will be able to get that shit crushed without having to run your happy ass down there and do all that stuff. I'm just saying. And there it is right there. The attorney cannot verify agency. Now, what the hell does that mean? The attorney cannot verify agency. The attorney is going to tell you and that they work for the company, the original company that they said you owed the debt to, and yeah, the attorneys lie when their mouth's moving. My friend said they lie. One of my friends said they lie when they're breathing. Okay, so they're going to lie to you. Attorney cannot verify that they work for anybody. They can't. They cannot produce a contract showing that they work for anybody. Okay, so, the corporation said no. A corporation does not have arms or legs and a brain and some eyeballs and stuff. A corporation does not have arms or legs or any of that shit. And the corporation cannot go into court and represent itself. That's a huge part of the beat down that we put on the asses. Okay? The attorney cannot verify agency. Dude. I need to talk to the attorney that can't verify agency, Sam Jones. Yeah, Sam Jones. My name is Susan. I'm about to kick your ass. My legal team said that y'all ass can't verify agency because y'all don't have anything signed by anybody, and a corporation can't sign nothing anyway. And so my legal team said y'all ass collecting these debts as a third party for yourself because you're not that good at being a lawyer. So you buy these debts for pennies on a dollar, and then you start harassing these people without any documentation that there was a debt or whatever. Okay, I think you can see where I'm going with that. Oh, you can see where I'm going with that. Yep. Actually, this I didn't even think about this part of a girlfriend. The attorney doesn't have a contract with anybody. They don't have a contract. The debt collector has no contract with you. The attorney don't have a contract with the debt collector. Oh, it's a bunch of fraud. It's a bunch of fraud, what they're doing, but we don't really use that word a lot. You're absolutely right. They have no standing in court, and if you're in state court, they're toast because they can't answer to statutes and codes, so they're toast. Okay, so we're just going to go through that. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. So we're going to go what a debt collector is, how it works, what happens when it's sent to collections. Most of you kind of know this, but you know what you know, and everything you already know was poo-poo. Everything you already knew was poo-poo. Okay, so and then like I said, we got the package to crush this on sale for $99. Actually, I said $99.99, but I just put it at $99 because I didn't want to put no more nines on there. Now, so we're also going to learn about credit card debt collection process, and when I'm talking about the illegal stuff, debt turnover, illegal collection activities, and what a charge-off is. And we actually should have been talking about this charge-off at the top of the show with Attorney Can't Verify Agency, because this is, I'm just checking them again. This is probably the second most important one underneath the Attorneys Can't Verify Agency. And the charge-off is done when when the corporation decides that they're not going to be collecting, and then that's when the charge off is done. So they charge it off their taxes, they write it off of they claim it on the insurance, and they keep the money that you paid. So they're actually like three dipping. It used to be double, triple dipping. Okay. And debt collection is assigned unpaid debts to collection agencies, and they want to try to get you to believe that. So these agencies then collect on behalf of the original company, and this is what the internet says. Because we already told y'all that that's bullshit. Okay, but I wanted to show it this way so people can see. Because people challenge me or whatever, and I'm like, oh, you're reading their stuff, and the stuff that I bring to the table, you're not going to find in the first few pages of the internet. So that's the way it goes. Now, people think that they're working on behalf of the original company, and they're not. And this is funny. It says, according to Experian. And I didn't know how the hell they got to be. I copied this off the internet. Lenders can collect debts in 4 ways. They can contact you if you owe them. They can hire debt collection agencies to collect. Selling the revolving debt to an agency when it works to collect on it. Oh, so they could left the first 2 out and just left the last one, because that's usually what they do. I haven't seen a time yet where the debt's being collected. I mean, they usually call you a few times, but after after a certain period of time, they have to write that off and do that thing, and then these people buy it and they go after you. Also, repossessing items like for installment loans, like cars, delinquent, and selling that, and they sell these things at auction, and then the remaining debt goes to collections after they've already charged it and done. Come on now. So if you have unpaid bills and you owe, they're saying the debt collector can, send you, contact you, or they can hire agency to collect outstanding balances. And in some cases, they sell your debt to collection companies. So here again, in some cases, in the end of the things they throw in there, what they should have had at the top, and the rest of that shit should have not even been there, okay? Because that's what they do. Going to sell your debt. And then it says, beyond contact you directly, they may take you to court and sue you for what you owe them. And that's usually what they do. And they win easy because people get scared and don't show up, or don't think they have a chance because they owe the debt. The debt was created with your own signature. When you sign that credit card application was processed through the Federal Reserve. And okay, so there's a law that says that you cannot sell extensions of credit. There's also a law that says that no one can lend the bank's depositors money. It's a federal law. I have it. Where'd that shit come from? Your signature. When you sign the credit card and the credit card application, that whole thing is sold. When you sign the credit card application, they process it through the and then they do all the cha-ching-chang stuff they do to get you to pay them. And then when you can't pay anymore or whatever, now they want to take your stuff. Now, when they show up to court, they usually win because people don't show up. And then once they win, it says they get to take money from your bank account, garnish your wages, or place liens on your property. Okay, so the real thing is, if they win, or when they win, because you didn't use my stuff, they have to go to court again to get another judgment to be able to take your money. And the judge had to see how much. And there's some kind of formula and all this stupid shit that's supposed to be. But they don't do that. They don't do that. And how do I know? Because I was helping my coach's wife, Melinda. I was helping her. This was many years back with his debt collection thing. And I told her, now I don't want y'all doing this because it'll piss me off. But I told her, send me over your paperwork. Okay, she was special. She's like family. My coach is, honey, yeah. So she sent me over the paperwork, and I go over everything on every paper, on every page, every single thing, all the way down to the tiny ass number. And under the tiny ass number was some more tiny ass numbers. I was like, damn. So I copy and pasted them. In Google. And it pulls up a packet that these attorneys use to do the wage garnishment shit that they do. It's not even from the court. We already know that it had nothing to do with the court. We already know that you're an administrative shit, so it's not judicial, It pulled up the packet that they used to fill it out to send to your employer, to scare your employer to go ahead and start garnishing your wages without a judge's signature and without the additional hearing to figure out how much. Okay, I think you guys got it. Yeah. It's a packet that to get on the internet and they just fill it out. Okay, so how could that work, Coach? Because that sounds stupid. It is. It works because the attorneys over there that work for the company that you work for, okay, throw your ass under the bus every day to help the corporation make money. Mm-hmm. Every day. Y'all ass didn't know that you didn't need to sign a W-2 form. You didn't need to sign none of that. And that stuff has nothing to do with the IRS. Those in-house forms that they use to report your ass to the IRS for you. Look that shit up. Okay, so debt collectors lose the right to sue you in court after a certain period of time. It's called statute of limitations. That shit don't apply to us because we go on with the fraudulent concealment doctrine, jam that stuff right back in their face. But they're the ones that's supposed to follow the statutes to make it fair for us and due processingly fair for us. Okay, I might have made that word up, but y'all know what I'm saying. In some cases, the statute of limitation can be reset. Well, actually, I think in all the cases, if you make a payment after the statute of limitation is told because they called you up and start yelling at you or whatever, then it wouldn't do that with you got your shit here because bam, it would get crushed. But that's how they want to do it. So what happens if your debt goes into collections? Well, most people already know that. You start getting these phone calls and emails, and the collection agency starts talking a bunch of trash, and they usually win because people fail to show up, and that is true because most people fail to show up, or most people don't understand that they can't verify agency. If you can't verify agency, and I'm just going to tag this together for you so you can get it right in your head. If the attorney can't verify agency, then the attorney's working for himself or herself. And the attorney can't represent herself or himself. Nope. Can't do it. Because a fake corporation needs to have an attorney. And that's why I would never be a corporation or LLC or any of that shit. And I can tell you right now, the benefits that you think you get, I don't think you're going to get them, especially if you piss off them and they want you to go sit your ass down and shut the hell up. I'm just saying. Okay, so the debt collection process involves involves the following steps: late payment notification. Then the attorneys notify you that you missed the payment. Then they call it debt turnover. After 120 to 180 days of delinquency, the debt's turned over to the collection agency, and collection activities. The original creditor performs collection activities such as sending letters and making calls. Oh, yeah. Then the charge off, where the creditor writes the lad's loss off their taxes, and most of them claiming on insurance. And credit card debt collection procedure typically involve the 1 through 5 steps that we and then it says here that the debt collection agency must send you a debt validation letter before you pay anything. They don't always do anything. They do whatever the hell they want. And then what was on the internet said, explore payment options. You typically have 2 repayment options To begin making payments, contact your debt collector and ask for a written. No, we're not gonna. So the credit card debt collection lawsuit stops the state court using federal case law that they can't respond to using statutes and codes. Now, the next thing that I have here is that right there. Oh, the attorneys cannot verify agency. They can't. If they can't verify agency, they're working for themselves. And they can't represent themselves in court. They can't testify themselves. They can't represent. Oh, they can't do it. They'll try. And then, when they violate you, then you need to do the thing. Okay. So that was Amanda texting me while I'm doing my stream to let me know that Anthony didn't get his package today, and so we can talk about that later, Amanda. She probably didn't know I was streaming, but Amanda, his package arrived today. They didn't give it to him yet. So that's where we're at with that, and we already have another plan because I already knew they were going to stall or whatever. So it doesn't matter. We have another plan. But his package arrived today. They just haven't given it to him yet. Now I don't know how long they hold the mail before they give it to you, but they have all the documents that he has already. So it ain't like they already got that shit in email like a week ago, or I don't know how many days ago. So we're not too worried about that, and we're going to go ahead and get the next thing ready to go. Now, this package is marked down. And one of the reasons why I have it marked down is because I know there's no fighting. I didn't know. Oh, these people go sit their happy asses down. They don't want everybody to understand they can't verify agency. They don't want people to understand that they're dragging your happy ass into their administrative court and where they use these local rules to screw you over that aren't connected to anything that you need to be thinking about. Just work with me here. They don't want you to add the judge and the state and the prosecutor or whatever to their own action using a counterclaim. You can add plaintiffs to your shit, just like they do defendants when they pay people to snitch. And we used the document that we filed in federal court. We use it as a counterclaim to file in state court, or you might file it as a real claim, depending on how hot your situation is, or I don't know how badass you want to be. We got no limitations around her. How badass you want to be, and yeah, my girlfriend, you are totally right. Not only HIPAA violations, there's also private information. I can't think of the words that they use right now. Your private information is also actually it's a violation just like HIPAA. So it would be two violations, and one of my superheroes works security on the internet and was telling me about that, and it's real simple. And most of the time, this stuff can get handled with people calling these, making scripts from the lawsuit package of shit that you need to ask them, that your legal team need to be talking about, and calling these people up. Now, after the first time, or whatever, and you tell them who you are, and you kick their ass with what you're asking, they can't, Well, then, the next time the gatekeeper is gonna send your happy ass over to the email, which is badass too, because you got your script now. Now you can relax because nobody's gonna interrupt you or whatever, and just do your thing and fill up his messages with some stuff questions that you have. Now, if they're going to dismiss your stuff, your job is to figure out why they're trying to dismiss it, and what you think you need to do to stop that before you communicate with me. Because you can tell me what's in there. I don't tell people what to do. If you come that way, then we're probably going to, people start telling me that I'm pushy or whatever. I don't. If you come to the table, okay, so the Rooker and Feldman doctrine, I read the whole thing, Coach, 3 times. I didn't quite understand it. It says something about the coach, about the state and the appeals thing or whatever. Okay, now we got something to go on because I know you did some work. And if you said I read it, I could tell it was bullshit. It's a statute. Statutes and codes are bullshit anyway, so I didn't really have to read it. So, now I can see where you're at, and I can coach. In my mind, coaching is not telling you what to do. Coaching is helping you jumpstart your critical thinking process so you can start figuring some shit out. Because the coach ain't got time to tell you everything all the time. We're going to give you the bigger thing so that you can get it in your head. Okay, I need to stop this. They're violating my due process, dragging me in their administrative court, statutes and codes, and not valid laws because they don't have enacting clauses, titles, or bodies. Damn, that's the 2 million right there. Everybody's all, if I had to go to court, and I'm going to tell you this for the foreclosure. If I was in court facing I would tell the judge, your job here is to make sure that the statutes are being followed by the corporations to make it fair and not violate the due process of the state citizens, right? Yep. So the statute says that for a property transfer that your deed is supposed to be delivered and it's not conveyed, yada, 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 until, it's... but what they did was what they call a constructive delivery, and they registered your deed in their office. And that registration of your deed in the office allowed them to put the first illegal lien on your property, and that was the mortgage lien. And the reason it was illegal, think of it this way, there were several people on property before everybody had to be there to sign. So the fact that the alleged lender accepted the signature on the thing proved that you own that shit already, and I smell stink. And then they reclassified your property from private property because the Constitution says that they can't tax private property. So they reclassified from private property to one of their 3 commercial designations, which is residential, agricultural, or commercial. Now, the city of Lawrence, Kansas said they have 13 different 13 different classifications. And I was like, what the hell? But I didn't have time to look them up because that was 13 different classifications. Huh. Okay. And then all the rest of the crap starts. Back in the day, people used to keep their property information in their Bible in a safe deposit box or a fire box or something somewhere. But after they got rid of the statutes at large and brought in these statutes and codes bullshit then they changed a whole bunch of stuff, all for them. Okay. Yeah, these medical bills, I would chase them off during this. They can't verify agency, and And just having one bit of your information is a violation of HIPAA, and it's a violation of the Private Information Act or something like that. There's an yeah, and so that's pretty serious because what you got to understand is that these people doing this are real smooth, and they have a whole bunch of things lined up where they've already talked to the judge, and the judge is already going to give them because they already know nobody showed up. Okay, then you throw a wrench in their shit and cause them to have to do some stuff, and they don't have time because their docket is full. Oh, their docket is full. Welcome to the show, Derek. Yeah, they got it. They got to get over the shock, and that's what happens when they get punched in the face. And Amanda, if you happen to be watching too, they're trying to figure out how they're going to get off from underneath this. And so we're going to go ahead and get the shit filed in federal court. Is that's what we're doing, and and then they can play. We already have a plan. So, and one of my coaches told me, we don't need to watch their video. We already know. We already know if we're doing our job. We already know what they're going to be doing. They're going to be getting their ass kicked. So, yep. And I'm thanking her too because it's great to have her here because she knows all about this shit too because we studied it for years before we got separated, and then when we came back, I picked it up and took off from there. So she's helping me. She bring up stuff that I would be mentioning if I had another personality. Okay, another brain. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. She's my partner. We're in this together. Thank you, boss lady. Yeah, and you can use the same package, the debt collection package. You can use it for medical bills. Absolutely. It don't. It says debt collection lawsuit. So you can use it for medical bills. You can use it for when they try to come after you for title loan and shit, all that stuff. You can use it for all of that stuff. Y'all better get this, and then y'all need to leave me a review, video review or audio, and email it to me or just call me and get the voicemail. That's what Dwayne did. He got the voicemail and left it on the voicemail, which was kind of cool because I just saved it until I got ready to use it. Yep, you can use it, turn it into, and like I said, if you come to the table with the right information, dang, we don't put stuff together to go have them rule on, or even we don't even have it so they can respond on the state level. Now on the federal level, they still can't respond. Okay, and I can tell you right now, there ain't no federal judge. Excuse me, there's no federal attorney that's going to take on anything that you get from our website. Okay, they make bank getting their deals 98% police, 98% conviction rate. They tried to tell me. I'm like, no bullshit. That's a 98% plea rate after y'all get done beating people down and making them 98% plea rate. So we ain't trying to go down that road, and and people miss out on the opportunity to call their assholes and have fun. Beat their ass down just like they've been doing to you, calling you on the phone, harassing you at work. Uh-huh. Oh, this is the fun part. This is the fun part. Okay, guys, it's almost been an hour. I'm pretty much done. We need to. I need to get off here and go get me something to eat. I'm getting kind of hungry at all this talking about punching people in the face. You guys make sure you see a military veteran that you thank them for their service. And I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Y'all better get that. Y'all better get that package. I don't want to have to mark it down anymore. Okay, no, we're not marking it down anymore. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there just cause I can for a day or so. So y'all better get that puppy and get rolling. See you guys in the next live stream.